Coming out of WrestleMania 42, there's a common consensus amongst fans that WWE is now an unwatchable pro wrestling product. The WWE product just 2 years ago was red hot with sellouts left, right, and center. There's been a plethora of engaging and unique storylines on television every single week. Sadly, this is vastly changed, and WWE is in a place right now where they're having to prove to the audience why they deserve their hard-earned money. Setting the stage, WrestleMania 42 received mixed reviews from fans. Whilst elements of the show were praised, specifically the match between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the commercialization of pro wrestling greatly overshadowed these successes, and WWE were being heavily called out for the way they approached the implementation of sponsorships and commercials throughout the whole broadcast. This became such a contested issue within the pro wrestling space that even O'Shea Jackson confirmed that he informed Triple H and Stephanie McMahon that it was a major issue, and based on the game's response, it appeared that he is fully aware of the complaints fans have. Ultimately, WrestleMania 42 left a dampener on things, as the main focus following the biggest show of the year was on how greedy WWE and TKO had become, and this simply shouldn't have been the main talking point coming out of WWE's signature event. WrestleMania also didn't set the stage for anything grand or new coming out of the show. In a Night 1's main event, Cody Rhodes retained the WWE title, keeping SmackDown at the same exact level it was before WrestleMania, albeit without celebrities such as Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. When it comes to Night 2, granted the main event was a certified classic, but we're once again at a point where Roman Reigns is world champion. This isn't anything new or bold. Reigns had a 4-year run as world champion, so a lot of fans see this as a total desperation move. WrestleMania should in theory set the stage for the next calendar year, whether that be a new style that fans haven't seen as world champion before or a new engaging storyline. WrestleMania this year achieved absolutely none of this. There's no denying that this is a major contributing factor in why the mood within the WWE fandom seems defunct of any energy, passion, or genuine care. Whilst WrestleMania is indeed the biggest show of the year, the subsequent shows need to be a priority for WWE. Vince McMahon realized this early on during his time running WWE, as he was keen to introduce new feuds onto WWE television and even implement a WWE draft to keep everything fresh as possible. Well, what is the landscape of 2026? There's no denying that SmackDown is struggling in 2026. SmackDown just feels like a complete afterthought for WWE, and with them reducing the runtime of the show down to 2 hours in a matter of weeks, the format of the show is going to be all over the place. WWE has this weird agreement with the USA Network where half of the year the duration of SmackDown will be 3 hours, but then they lose the additional hour in the summer. Even though this shouldn't impact the product too much, it's come at a huge hindrance for WWE and Triple H. The core issue with this is that Triple H stank SmackDown due to the additional hour. The gamers admit that it is extremely hard to book a 3-hour TV show. One of the easiest ways to achieve this is by having a deep, varied roster. Naturally, the consequences of this is when that additional hour is then subsequently cut, and WWE is then left scrambling because names they haven't invested months of TV time into suddenly have no space on the card. As a result, SmackDown just appears lifeless as a show. WWE did attempt to spice things up following WrestleMania on the Blue brand by having Gunther attack WWE champion Cody Rhodes, and this angle should have been huge. A Raw star who is a former world champion and the man who retired John Cena invading the rival show and taking out their world champion. Sounds good, right? But sadly, this angle didn't even make it at the show and clearly wasn't given the gravitas